It is DMs.
Hello, everybody. We're just drooling over Graham's newfound love connection with Mark Hamill and D&D.
Mm-hmm.
We're all very excited.
Sure are.
I'm very happy for them.
We are. We're expecting invitations at some point. So, welcome back to Uncaged, where we're playing D&D 5e with a fair amount of moderations and tweaks, so please don't come complaining to me about rules. Most of them are made up. We're going to quickly go around and say hi to people, and then someone's going to give us a recap from last week, which, went well. Everyone came out some form of alive in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Graham, why won't you start?
Alright, I'm Graham, and I play Samanda, the wizard boy genius.
I'm taking your inspiration back.
Oh, wow, okay. It was worth it. I regret nothing. Yeah, that's all I got. Yeah, I'm Graham. I play Sam. He's a little cleric boy, half elf, light cleric, and he's just had a bad week.
That sounds accurate. Speaking of bad weeks, Swapper.
I'll show you I'm neither bad nor weak. I'm Swapper. I'm playing Kai, and apparently it's canon now that all werewolves are somewhat located in Cockney. So, there's that.
Clearly. Wild.
Yes. Hello, I am Wild Engineer, and I am playing Welby, the halfling warlock, who now has to do tons of huge pranks.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Pris by Lady Dame.
Hi, it's me, Lady Dame. I play Pris, the tiefling bard who is masquerading as a Disney princess or some such thing. But actually learning how to become a bard. It's a great time. Would you like me to get started with the recap? Or no,
I would
you
absolutely...
go.
No, do the recap. They know who I am.
Do
and if
they?
they don't...
They all should be very afraid.
They'll find out.
So... well, so here's what happened. It was the night of a full moon, and Kai went off in the woods to be alone, which is understandable because Kai turns into a werewolf, or could potentially, because, well, we were trying to get to town in time to stop this from happening, but it didn't really work because we kept getting sidetracked. But so they went off into the woods, and Sam went to go help them, and we thought, Welby and I figured that because they're such close friends that it would have worked, that, Sam might have been able to, help Kai. And so we decided to go on ahead to town to try and get things set up, or, get a little bit of a head start. We found a beautiful road. It was that glowed. Welby did try and pull up some of the road gems, which was not great, frankly. But in that time, what we thought was going to be fine was apparently not. Turns out that Kai in werewolf form is a little dangerous. And by a little dangerous, I mean a lot dangerous, and may have nearly killed Sam. Basically killed Sam. We only realized it. Welby and I were a little bit far away from all of this happening when it happened, but we saw light and fire and realized that things were not going well. And so we ran back. Also, we did see other wolves wearing party hats running towards the town, which was very confusing. But frankly, we had bigger problems to deal with at that point. Yeah. Welby made a deal with Blue Tongue that I don't actually know about. Jordan knows about. Something about pranks for keeping friends safe, which is going to be fine, I'm sure, and not at all terrifying. And then, yeah, by the time we got back, Sam was down and had a big old bite mark in his shoulder. I don't know if this means he's a werewolf now, but probably, given how sort of like how I know werewolves to work and how that works. So we might have 2 werewolves in the party now, so that's fun. Sam is very upset, and understandably so. And while I tried to make things better, but realized that I might be a little bit over my head at this point. But, well, they're all my friends, and I'm not going to let them. We're going to find a way to fix all of this, I'm sure. I'm not going to let everybody go just because we have now 2 werewolves, and Welby's patron is weird, and it's fine. It'll be fine somehow. Yeah, I think that's it.
Sounds about right.
All right.
All right. If I remember correctly, most of you managed to get enough rest to not get a level of exhaustion. Took some effort in some cases. But it is a really rather beautiful morning. A kind of beautiful morning that seems to mock the mess you made of last night. The sky is nice and blue, stereotypical white fluffy clouds. The weather's lovely, little cold, but the sea wind is nice and warm, and it's not the frozen tundra tundra's the wrong word. Frozen mountains you just came from. It's really quite pleasant. Most of you are still in your cold weather gear. Probably don't need it anymore. Below you, the town has clearly woken up. It's very busy. There's commerce everywhere. Ships are coming in and out of the harbor. Lots of little things flying through the air. Some people on brooms. Bird messengers everywhere. Day is yours.
I think we have to go back to our old camp to get the rest of our gear.
There's 2 camps?
Well, I think Kai and Sam need to get their gear from the camp.
Yeah, that's fair.
So Sam will do that in the morning, because Sam didn't take a watch.
Yep.
And Sam will grab Kai's gear too.
Okay.
I'm uncertain whether Sam would say that's where Sam is going. But I think I would make it clear that it's something I'd rather do alone, because it's like a short jaunt from what I remember.
Okay.
From the forest. So I will do that first thing in the morning, and as I'm walking there, I am going to be glaring at the sun the entire time.
The sun shines brightly back at you.
Yep. That arrogant bastard.
Yeah. How dare it? How very dare it?
Yeah, and as I get back to our old camp, on that little outcrop that I had literally yesterday said today's gonna be a good day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stand there for a few minutes, just, standing there, and look up to the sun, because, that's my prayer. And I have a speech that I'm prepared to do for my prayer, if that's all right with everyone. I didn't ask for these abilities. I just wanted to help. My life was fine, predictable, studying medicine. Then you showed up, for no reason at all. I've only ever wanted to make the world a better place, a safer place. And every time I try to help, I always fail. I've nearly died 3 times. I want to keep my friends safe, to take care of them. Because I know that if I don't, something bad might happen to them. They're relying on me. But I'm not strong enough. And I can't do anything with these powers. You just handed me these powers. I didn't ask for them. You gave them to me because you saw something in me? You wanted me to do something? When I called for you, you didn't answer me. A Fae now holds me in a contract that should have been yours. You just expect me to know, but refuse to help. You made it feel like I could do something, and you let me fail because I couldn't. I still want to help. I want to make this world better, but everything I've learned since leaving Athenwyn is that the world is unforgiving, cruel, and callous. That those who seek your help can lie and betray you. That those who you count on most can abandon you for false prophets. That despite you trying your best, your friends you seek to protect can't give you the same. You chose me because of who I am, but I'm not that Sam anymore. Everything I have believed in has been thrown in my face. So if you won't help me, I'll find someone or something that can. And I will turn around and grab my gear and just start going back to the rest of them.
Okay. While you're walking along the road, a number of memories sort of come up in your head, almost unbidden. Rusalka's pool, part of the village of Marfan. But after a few moments, these memories, like, they stop being memories. They're no longer moments that you lived, that you were there for. It's almost like you're watching them continue after you left. And you see Rusalka in her pool, looking perfectly content. You see your 2 friends from Afonwen, happy and healthy and messing around the inn like you used to do, all of you together. And they're perfectly fine. You watch a adult tiefling play with a ball, not fully coordinated, like bad dex quirk, not entirely used to this new physical form yet. But near the edge of this playfield, you see 2 human parents looking on lovingly.
Well, I'm glad they're all right. 'Cause I'm not. I'll just keep going.
That's right. What's everyone else doing?
I know Press would be cleaning up camp and sort of getting everything together, maybe making a little bit of breakfast for everybody. Probably pretty quiet, but it's like there's an intensity about about moving forward and moving ahead.
I think Welby would be going through his storybooks, looking for solutions, reading things like I'm sure I can just do that. Like, I'll just say Bumble Stillskin. Things like that. Something where the good guy manages to trick the tricker.
The only thing you notice is a surprising number of birds around.
Kai would be lost in thoughts and playing around with druidcraft mostly, kind of making flowers, or rather one specific flower over and over again, kind of twisting and forming it again and again. Looking very, as I said, very very deep in thought. Like they're up to something, though the thought hasn't fully, pardon the pun, bloomed yet.
Okay. I don't think... It depends a little on travel pace, because the second camp was an hour away from the first camp. But eventually everyone shows back up at the second camp.
Oh, good.
Where Briss has breakfast prepared.
You're back, Sam.
Yeah, I'm back. Here's your bag, and I'll set the bag down for Kai, and then I'll walk towards Press. Yeah, pretty easy track.
Well, did you find everything? Everything was where it was supposed to be?
Yep, everything was where we left it, luckily. I suppose, I should be grateful that the pack of birthday hat-wearing werewolves didn't get it.
Well, when we saw them, they were headed past us towards town, so I suppose that's good.
When I saw them, they were headed towards you and Welby.
Well, yeah. Still, you never know with everything about. Well, are you ready to go? Is everybody ready to go? Figured, we still got a little bit of ways to get to the town, and well, I don't think sticking around here in the woods is going to do us much good.
Yeah, we may as well head out, I guess. I mean, is there anything that
Leave.
you all needed to do around here still?
I don't have anything. Lead the way.
Oh, Welby, we get to say, well, I guess it won't be quite as impressive because it's daylight. I mean, it might be. We'll see. There's this really beautiful road that we found on the way to town that leads straight to it.
It's kind of windy, but it seems safe.
No werewolves and party hats on the road. I don't even know if they were actually werewolves. I just guess because they were wearing party hats. I've never seen wolves in party hats, and it was a full moon, and well, still, it's strange.
Would I have an idea about that?
I'm gonna go with no. The road is in fact still beautiful.
Yay!
The crescent crystals that shed bluish light during nighttime have changed into sun-shaped crystals that point the way and are varying shades of orange, yellow, pink, and red.
This is so cool.
As we're walking that way, Anik, is there anything I notice? I think I'd be walking probably behind Pris.
I don't know your order.
I think Pris is determinedly out and in front for sure.
Welby might be towards the back somewhere, so he can.
Apparently Kai is somewhere in the middle.
Apparently you are. All right. Hustling along.
We've hit like mom in a grocery store on a mission,
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
With Pris.
Yep, you have. You've gone, you already were the party mom. It's official.
Yep.
And there's a very, we're not stopping at the candy aisle kind of energy.
Yep. Big,
No!
big.
Large strides, determined, purposeful.
Yep.
All right. Gray, you asked me something, but my dogs were barking and I missed it.
I said, is there anything I would notice?
Not necessarily on the road, and everything else I already texted you.
Yeah. I would be looking at that.
Fair enough. Nothing in addition to what I texted you.
Okay. Does it look like anyone else sees this or just me?
Well, Pris is out in front of you. Kai is incredibly self-absorbed today. And Welby is small and at the back, so I'm gonna go with no. They might later, but not at this point in time. Like, it's not invisible to the rest, they're just not paying attention.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to Pris.
What is it, Sam?
Your shadows seem, well, all of your shadows seem to be glowing a little bit.
You misinterpreted what I texted you. This is
Oh
fine.
no!
They revert to the things on your robes.
Oh.
Mm,
Oh,
Mhm.
then Sam will, instead of that, dialing back 30 seconds. Is it just me or has my robe's appearance changed?
Now that Sam points out his shiny robes, instead of only a band of blue larks along the hem, they are now interspersed with blazing suns, and every time there is a shadow on one of these embroidered suns, they glow a little.
Oh. I mean, we've seen his robes change before, have we not?
You have.
Yeah.
Just before he couldn't take them off anymore.
Right. Right. Interesting. I feel like that is odd. I feel like there's fairy tales. I can't remember. There must have been. This reminds me of some fairy tale about magic clothes or something, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Huh. And the birds have been on these robes for a bit. Is the suns are new though?
The birds are, ever since Sam threw a save this kid, I'll do whatever out into the world.
Right.
The suns are from between when he left to get the camp and when he came back from the camp.
Okay. The suns are new. I don't know how you get the new embroidery on there so quickly.
Master craftsman.
I try to learn and it's really time consuming. It's not my favorite thing to do. Embroidery is just not my... But...
I mean, I didn't do this. I mean, my needlework is great. You know, sewing sutures, perfect.
Sure.
But I didn't do this at all.
Huh.
I mean, there's only one story I know of with like magic colored clothes and whatnot. You know, it's like some like a rainbow jacket, but it was a little kind of preachy for me.
Maybe I should have read more fairy tales.
Go, Joseph, you know what they say.
Well, I'm sure it's nothing. I'm just going to continue walking.
I like the new suns, though. They're nice.
Yeah, Sam just shrugs to that.
Are we back to the mom energy at the front of the pack? All right.
Mostly, I feel like Pris is like, okay, this is odd, but until I can sit down and research, I can't figure anything out. So,
All right.
just not gonna question it anymore.
So we have a 7-hour walk for you. If there are any conversations to be had, or if it's a very quiet group,
Can I look for loose stones with gems in them?
you absolutely can. You find none.
Can they be loosened?
What level caster are you?
I don't know how to figure that out.
What level are you? 6?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna pass the caster check to break these things. I mean, you can certainly try. You do end up with another lost fingernail.
Worth it.
Taking 2 points of damage.
Totally worth it.
You do notice a little up ahead, there's a group of people repairing one of the crystals, but it looks like they're just about done and they're packing up. But this is clearly a road that is well maintained. How much is a kilometer? Every so many miles you see little signage boards that tell you, like, Wavecrest is that way, every other direction is that way, and like a little notice board. Most of them are empty. Some of them state some of the rules of the city you're about to get into, and others are just ads.
Anything we should particularly... thank you. Anything we should particularly be aware of? Specifically talking things like, maybe don't be a werewolf. Or something like that. It's a very inconspicuous rule.
In general, it's
just a tiny little footnote.
Just a little
somewhere.
footnote. Don't be a werewolf. They don't seem to have any implicit anti-werewolf bias. It's just sort of folded into a whole don't be a dick kind of system of law. Like, just, be kind, be considerate, don't bite people, don't eat their families. Don't kick cats. Just
all of these things are things Kai can't do.
Don't be a dick and you're fine.
Sit.
If we saw people maintaining the road, would it be possible to stop and, ask them for any, like, little, I think Pris would have liked to have asked them or stopped to talk to them.
Yeah, it's a kind of small road crew. It's one dragonborn, very, very unusual. A human, an actual human.
What?
I know, right? And a tiefling.
Oh, another tiefling. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Hi. Sorry to bother. You look like you're very busy, but
Oh, just packing up.
oh, wonderful. So, hi, I'm Pris, and these are my friends, and we're new to the area, and frankly, I'm not particularly familiar with Wavecrest. I was hoping.
Oh, you're gonna love it. It's a super friendly town. You know, lots of commerce, fun little stores. There's the beachfront if you like the water and the beach and things. For me, one of my favorite places. Good nightlife, just be a little mindful when drinking arcane things.
We learned that in the last city, I feel.
Oh, you went to the bar. Yeah, we have some people that come from there that still look a little interesting. Interesting is a good word.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this bakeries,
Libraries. Oh, wonderful. Do you wouldn't happen to know, and maybe you do because you work on this beautiful road, which is incredibly well, I've never seen anything like it.
Thank you.
How are they, are these libraries? I come from a very small town, and our collection of information, most of our books tend towards the fiction, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Are there much in the way of research opportunities in Wavecrest?
We have the regular libraries with school level research options. There's the Arcanum that really mines the more restricted access, and
Ooh.
the crafting things like what we do and how to craft magic items. That's all managed by the guild artisans.
Oh, that's wonderful. And about this road, then, it's like I said, I've never seen anything like it. What is this made of? How do you maintain such a beautiful road?
Well, that would be one of the things to ask the masters, but basically I do most of the stonework. Alonso over here, he's got some astronomy and some enchantment. He does the moon and the sun cycles baked into it, and make sure we don't suddenly have a crescent moon on a full moon or some such nonsense, which is what happened last night, which is why we're out here. It's such a mess, disgraceful, honestly. And then of course we have Pan over there, who's just learning the trade. He hasn't quite picked a way yet. But I'm sure he's going to make a good choice and go with the stonework. Though he also, I'm not allowed to gossip, but he's made some questionable choices going contract, document, and sealing law. Which, honestly, why work with paper when you can work with stone, if you ask me? But yeah, everybody chooses their own path, and whatever works for whatever. Still, though, why work with something that isn't stone?
Well, it takes all types, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Well, thank you, and excellent work, all of you, truly.
Much appreciated. Well,
I have a question.
Oh, hello. You're fancy.
Do you have any of those extra magic cool bricks that you have in the side of the road that I could have?
The kinds that glow and change configuration depending on the moon cycle?
Yes.
We sell them in some of the gift shops. They start at 2,000 gold.
Oh.
For the full ones. The chips are cheaper.
Do you have any extras in your your
Oh,
supplies?
no, we don't carry those around. We just had to reset them a little. Nothing was cracked or broken. They were just a little confused. We had a word with them, and they're back on track.
You can talk to them. What do they say?
Well, technically, Alonso does the talking. I just tell them who to talk to.
can I learn to talk to them?
Sure thing. Just take your apprenticeship, take your exams, become an artisan. Give or take 20 years, you'll be golden.
I think 20 years is a long time in halfling life.
Aw, it's okay, little fella. You can still be old and be an artisan. I mean, you'll still be old. You might as well be an artisan.
Yeah. I have other things to figure out first.
Well, we'll see about maybe a chip or two of the stone Welby when we get there. That's I don't think we can afford a full stone, but
If I become an artisan, can I spin gold from hay?
Well, I don't think we have one of those yet, but that could be like your artisan project that lets you into the guild.
ooh.
I've seen people make gold from all sorts of things. It's really not that fancy. Now, if you can make a diamond out of something, that'll be good. We're always out of diamonds. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's weird how that works. Anyway. So strange. Oh, I suppose one last question. There wasn't like a big event recently in town by any chance?
I mean, nothing citywide. People have parties all the time.
Okay. Great. Well, again, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. All right, and Chris marches off again.
All right. They're gonna...
Mom walks.
Mom walks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, they were very nice.
I think I need to become an artisan. Artisan?
I think both work. You could be really good at that.
Maybe. I'll see. I'll have to try.
Any other business to take care of on this wonderful road? How many more times do you try to prise something up, Welby? I'll just roll the damage total.
No. Seeing them working on the road, I don't want to destroy their work.
All right. Unlike a lot of other cities and towns you've come across so far, this is not a walled city. Your road basically starts taking you into areas that has little gardens that have little houses in them until the houses become closer and closer together. And after a few of those little crossroads, you see a little sign that simply says Wavecrest.
Over here, should we have a group chat and meeting about what we're gonna do now, or 'cause it's kind of quiet on the road?
Mm-hmm. Maybe we can find a place to grab. We've been walking a while. It'd be nice to find a place to, stay for the night and at least and figure out what we want to do after this. This isn't at this point we're still headed towards we still have a destination in mind that's still a week out.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So Yeah, we can find a place to like grab some lunch, dinner probably at this point.
Brunch. No, yeah, late lunch, early dinner.
Uh-huh. Grab a bed and we can talk about what we want to do. I'm not gonna lie. I know we want to get a move on to the other place, but I wouldn't mind spending a couple days, at least another day here. If they have libraries and places to do research, I would love to see what I can find out before we move on.
Well, how much gold do we still have? I know that I have none after buying the sword, Welby's sword, and your
Right.
sword.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have much in the way of gold either. Can't remember what we got in the last city, if we got anything.
We got gems.
You got,
We got gems.
lots of gems.
Shit ton of
Oh,
golden
yeah.
gems.
You got a
Oh,
fuck
that's
ton of
right.
gems.
Gems.
We have a fuck ton of gems.
We can sell.
Hey,
our
they're lighter than
gems.
gold. I know.
It's
Yeah.
true. Perhaps we
Well-
should sell those?
Oh, that would be a good idea.
I will point out that like right next to this little town sign of Wavecrest, there's another one of those little notice boards that just have jobs advertised. Should you be so inclined?
We're adventurers, as if we would get jobs.
Well, no, like the kind of jobs that the whole "oh no, there's a diorite in my basement" kind of job.
Looking for artisans.
Mhm.
I mean, you're not technically an artisan, but sure.
We're artisans.
Artisanal diorite cleaning.
Yes.
Wait, that sounds like you're gonna give a diorite a bath.
Yes.
I mean,
I mean,
we could.
that job might. That
La
job
la.
might
That's a
be
job
in
that
there.
exists.
It might be in there.
That's
Who
a character
doesn't-
idea right there.
Who
Yep.
doesn't want to clean diorite?
I mean,
That
Some people
sounded
keep diorites as
filthier than I
pets.
meant it.
Yeah, I don't know. Do we want to sell that? Do we want to look at the job board? I feel like we shouldn't split up. Last
No, I
time
agree.
we did that, we lost a lot of gold.
True. That is true. I may have spent far too much money on books.
I didn't spend much money, or maybe I did.
Well,
Just
Well, we
spending
did find
money
you in a
on-
tavern with a lot of food and drink.
Doesn't
Oh,
count though. It's
yeah.
food and drink.
I mean, you do have a point there.
Of about 50 gold left. If we need that.
I have 12. Spent a lot of money on books, y'all.
I got 0.
Perfect. So proud of us all.
Oh,
I mean, priorities.
Well, I know that me and Pris wanted to go check out the library. Maybe, Kai and Sam, you should look at the job board while we go do that.
As long as we promise not to go anywhere where we have to spend money. So, okay, here's the plan. Let's come up with an order of operations. This is very important. Hey now, Mayor.
She's not wrong.
Find a place to stay and maybe grab a meal, because I don't know about you, but I'm a little hungry. Sell the gems that we got in the last city, so we have some coin to spend. Should we need to, which we shouldn't need to. Hopefully, maybe some basic supplies. I guess we could look at the job board, and then we could, once we're at the inn, we can decide from there. But you know.
I mean, if the job board is right there, we should all go there together, so we have input on what we do or don't want to do. Then we can split up. After we pick a tavern to go to, so we all have a way to regroup.
Yes.
And then
Need
we
a-
sell the gem. Then we'll sell the gems while you go to the library, so we have the coin to pay for the inn.
I mean, that's
While
a good
you're
idea.
talking about this, you see a black cat with a notice in its mouth wander up. It starts heading towards the board, and then somehow, suddenly, for some reason, makes a beeline to Sam.
Yep.
Of course it does.
So Sam puts a hand to like pet the pseudo dragon that's probably on his shoulder this entire time.
Yeah, the pseudo dragon has like wings spread and is just like angling every which way to catch the sunlight, like a little rotating dish on your shoulder.
Yep.
Assuming you'll keep your balance, and if you don't, well, that's not his problem.
Yeah. I'll lean down. So it's just a black domestic cat, or
Yep, it has a little collar on it with a little bell that doesn't make a noise, but it's probably supposed to. And it has a little bit of paper in its mouth that says "Help Wanted." It was probably here to put the notice on a notice board.
Would I get the feeling that this might belong to a wizard? Being that my mom is a wizard.
It has a familiar feeling to it, but not like it's not necessarily a wizard. But it's definitely a bonded creature.
Yeah. I will slowly kneel down to not upset my satellite. And
it shifts and curls the tail like under your armpit.
And I'll hold out a hand if it wants to drop the notice in it.
It drops the notice in your hands. Things about leaving. Sniffs at that magical catnip amulet you got there. Those eyes get just a little bit bigger. You see that suspicious butt wiggle before it sort of like pulls itself together and stately sits down with I am at all times in control of myself. Oh, but that is a good amulet.
I will unfurl the notice and read it out loud for the party. What does it say?
Looking for parties interested in helping with deliveries. Decent pay. If interested, please inquire with the Cat and Cake Bakery.
Oh my god.
There's a nice illustration at the bottom of the parchment of a cat carrying a cake while riding a flying broomstick.
Chris would like to scritch the cat under its chin.
It deigns to allow you.
Oh, that's kind.
I would like to converse with the cat.
What are you saying to the cat?
Or you magic?
Yeah. The fuck's it to you?
Just asking.
Good. See ya. Walks away.
It's a very rude cat.
I'm not sure how that's different from other cats, frankly.
I was about to say, takes one to know one.
I mean, all it did was meow at you. I quite honestly don't know what makes it rude.
I can talk to you. I can understand cats, and this one was rude.
I've stopped questioning, really.
So, is this a job that we want to take a look at?
It sounds pretty simple and straightforward.
Do we need money?
Well, I mean, we'll see after we sell the gems, but it might not hurt. We still have a bit of a ways to go, and since
Additional
most of
coin
us, yeah,
could
since
buy us
most
horses.
of us, oh,
Do we have
that's a
time
good point.
to do another job? Because the last one took a while and a big detour.
We have, I'd say, 2 weeks at maximum.
Well, we can ask the person who... Did it have an address that we were supposed to go to?
No, but... You could have asked the cat. Or, one of you can make a little, make an Arcana check.
Sure. That's a 16.
Nice.
Oh, I can
It's
actually.
unexpected.
It is actually unexpected.
That's a dirty 20
Plus
for
one.
Chris.
A dirty
Oh,
one.
God.
Nice. If you flip over this bit of parchment, there's little fold lines on the paper, and probably if you fold it right, this will become a paper bird that travels to its destination.
Ooh.
Is that some high-level magic shit for somebody to invest in?
Like the regular ones wouldn't travel more than 5 feet, and those are very common. Well, no, that's not true. They're literally uncommon, but they're not super special. Maybe to you because you're from some backwater village somewhere.
It's a bird, but it's paper. That is unnatural. Burn it.
But clearly, someone invested time and money into improving it. Judging by the fault lines, these are also reusable.
I think I'd like to speak to whoever the fuck sent this, actually.
Yeah,
It's impressive. It's an impressive arcanely craft. I don't think arcanely is a word.
It is now.
It's impressive bit of arcane crafting.
This is so neat. I mean, at the very least, even if we don't need the money, this person who put this together is quite talented. And it's a bakery!
I could use
Couldn't
some
hurt to
sweets.
check it out. Yeah, right?
I mean, we saw things flying around on brooms earlier. It makes sense that they'd be able to do a paper bird thing.
This whole
I think we
town
should
is
check it
magic.
out. My vote is for
Yeah.
checking it out.
We should. Yes. I mean, I would love to because it's so cute and there's cats and it's a bakery and this whole just. It's wonderful. I don't think I've seen anything like it before and it would be fun. Should we find out? Should we pick up an inn first though before we go? Or get a room first. Really quick. Or we can just go either way.
Let's stick to the plan.
Find the inn first, sell the gems. Let's go visit the bakery before we go to the library because you know me. Once I get into a library, I don't really leave.
Sense?
Uncaged, episode 9. Pris reaches the second floor.
Back to library.
We'll spend
Welcome
all
to the
day.
infinite library.
Uncaged.
The
old
ultimate
school,
trap.
New library.
That's how Pris leaves the party.
New library, who this?
7 episodes from now. Well, I finally found the 5 books they would allow me to check out.
Found the section on religion. I wasn't looking for it, but I found it.
Yes.
Sorry, let's go on.
It's completely. Yep.
Oh, okay, why don't you roll me a D100, by the way?
Oh dear.
So,
Yeah, not me. I don't want to roll it. I don't want to be held accountable.
27.
27.
Thank you.
That's either
Oh,
very
dear.
good or very bad.
Yep.
It's always terrifying when they ask
Welcome
you
to
do this,
Call of
that.
Cthulhu.
It had to be 27, didn't it?
Oh
No.
Yeah,
I don't.
It's fine. No, it's good.
I don't
Oh
like that.
Let's
no!
go.
I swear to God, if one of us loses their memories, I'm going to travel to New Zealand or wherever the fuck you are.
New Zealand, yes, that is definitely where I live.
Netherlands, something like that.
Fucking wish.
It starts with an
Don't we
N.
all?
Yeah.
We all skip geography.
I mean, true, because I was reading. Fucking priorities.
It's like a
Anyway.
random tavern generator, maybe.
Maybe. Who knows?
Welcome to the Wolfsley Inn.
Okay.
Lark
Yeah.
Central, why?
No one's allowed in until they've killed a werewolf with their bare hands.
Well,
Well,
two of us can get
all of
in.
us.
You just watch Chris and Welby go, alright, give us 10 minutes. Get over here, you two.
Oh
This would
no.
never.
Welby would be
Not
crying the
even
whole
if they give
time.
you unlimited access to the research
But
library.
you didn't say they wouldn't.
Not
do
even
it.
if they have
Okay, well, when you put it that
the
way.
indefinite library. What? Infinite, not indefinite.
I feel
What
like
was
this
that
actually
now?
is going off the rails and I like it. So,
Mm-hmm.
you are gathered in front of a notice board on the edge of the city of Wavecrest, and you are discussing where to go. Please
Yes.
continue.
Well, let's pick a direction of the town and hope we find a tavern.
Yeah, should have asked the cat where the nearest inn is.
Can I pull a fucking Snow White and ask one of the birds or something for a tavern?
One of the paper birds or one of the regular birds?
I don't know. Anything that isn't remotely humanoid.
Fair. Alright. Pick a bird. Ask your question.
Why do you know where the tavern is?
The fuck's a tavern?
Oh, I guess that plan.
Are there food
People
stands like in the
drinking,
last
big-
town?
Thing.
People drink everywhere.
Fair enough.
Well, usually taverns are on a main road and a main thoroughfare, so if we keep following the main thoroughfare, we should find something.
Is there anybody just walking by?
I mean, there's not a lot of people, but there's someone hanging out in their backyard.
I'll give them a wave. Hello.
Hello.
Does there happen to be an inn or a tavern in this town? And if so, where could I find one?
Oh, phew, there's lots of them. Kind of depends on your budget and how weird you want to go.
Do you see how weird we want to go?
Yes, ma'am.
Or a normal tavern.
Normal.
I mean, I'm intrigued by weird, but
Well, there's a very well advertised, supposedly secret brothel in the wine cellar in the tavern nearby.
no, thank you.
That's the normal one?
The one with the owlbear fighting ring.
Uh-huh. Keep. Mm-hmm.
Oh god, the one that's covered in cats. No.
What's the weirdest one?
Those
Well,
are
if
the
you-
normal taverns?
Those were the normal. Well, if you ask me, the
Okay.
weirdest one is the one who doesn't serve alcohol. What kind of tavern doesn't serve alcohol? Apparently, it also doubles as a temple to someone, but you know.
And where is that one?
Oh, it's pretty much opposite side of town.
Oh, that's too far.
Like that way?
Yeah, just pretty much all the way through center, much from the north.
I feel like every tavern we're going to end up in is going to be full of cats at some point. I don't know why I think that, but
That is a strange remark.
uh-huh. Well,
I
It
mean,
might
you
be a
can go
little
for the one
strange.
with the taxidermy bear head you can talk to. If that's what you like.
do people like that sort of thing?
I don't know, I know the bear likes conversation.
That sounds
Interesting.
really creepy.
And charming all at the same time.
I think the most normal one is the cat's one. I don't know how rich you are. There's one that's normal until you spill your drink. And
Which
then
one?
you pay a fine.
Which one has the best food?
Oh, what do you want to eat? There's one that gives you shots of live gelatinous Q. I heard it's a thrill.
No.
Oh.
No.
Um,
I'm sorry, I'm just going to veto the live gelatinous cube. Like sashimi. That's...
yeah, again, it depends on how rich you are. There's one that's like a 5-star chef. It's freaking expensive and hideously pretentious, but it's really delicious as well.
I don't think we can afford that. I think cats, it might have to be. Is that one
Maybe
affordable?
there's on.
I don't think the cat one too expensive.
Maybe the cats aren't assholes there? Why am I Irish?
Some nice cats.
Aren't all cats assholes? Like they keep eye contact and knock your water glass off?
That's just a cat thing. I think.
I mean, the tavern staff is almost entirely mouselings, so you know there's some tension, but they're not super weird. I'm just
I think
saying,
I
you know,
need
maybe
to see this tavern actually.
if you're going
Yeah.
to do a pub crawl, just find one of the sanctioned lists and stick to it. Is what I'm saying. I went off list. I don't remember most of last year. Just stick to the ones that have the Wavecrest seal of approval. That's the advice I'm gonna give you.
Wait, did you say last
Actually, that
year?
sounds.
I started in February and then it was June. And then I had a month to recover, and then it was my wife's birthday, so we thought, let's give it another go, you know?
That sounds actually right. That sounds somewhat enticing.
That sounds
don't
like
think-
the worst.
I mean, I'm sure I had fun, or I wouldn't have done it the second time, right? Anyway, the cat one, you go down the street, you take a left at the purple house, you take a right at the yellow house, you see a cute little fountain, and that's where you
Well, thank you for your time. This was super helpful, and I appreciate all of the insight into Wavecrest. And then I look at Welby, and I mouth, if you go drinking, you stick to the list.
Are you just mouthing it, or are you actually saying it?
I am
How
saying
well
it
can
under
Welby
my
lip
breath
read?
enough. I would make sure that it is good enough that Welby could hear. Like, Sam
Wait.
isn't dumb enough to think that Welby would be like, oh, he said what? Just go out drinking. Sam
Wait,
is
what?
at least making a pointed effort to make sure that you know what he's saying.
Which list again?
I like.
The published list with the Wavecrest. You know what? If you decide to go out drinking, I'll go with you. I'll get the list and I'll make sure you go there. That way you don't have to worry. You just don't go off the list.
Did think we discussed not actually splitting up in this town, so maybe that's probably wise if we all go.
No, so then yeah, we don't need a list if we all go.
No, I think we still need the list. I think the list is very important, but I think it's important that we stick together, especially if we go to taverns in this town. This place is...
The guy's still staring at us. He's kind of still standing inside of his backyard.
Oh, no, he's turned around and has gone back to, like, bundling up his heirloom
Regular
tomatoes.
occurrences.
Yeah. I imagine he
He's,
just
he's,
fizzled
he's
into
tying up
smoke.
his he's tying up his heirloom tomatoes. You do notice that he has sort of like a horse's tail, but you know, who are you to judge?
We hang out with Welby on a regular basis. I feel like there's very little that surprises us anymore. Okay.
Don't say that.
Where's my mushroom?
I-
Don't
you
say
know-
that.
I have regrets. It's fine.
So, the Cat Tavern, is that where the majority of the votes are?
Yeah.
Seems like
Alright.
the best option out of some interesting options. Yes. So,
Honestly, this
yeah.
feels like an entire town full of taverns that are made of the same stuff that the mushrooms are made of.
Do I see
does.
Beatrice? Just, is
more
Beatrice
Town
here
guard
too?
turns their head 180
Yeah.
degrees.
You just see a guard that's been waving at you this entire conversation, drinking a
How
pint.
can she wave? She's double fisting pints.
You can wave pints.
Oh, you can't spill your beer. It's a fine.
Only at that one tavern.
Also, she's exempt.
I mean, she's Beatrice. She's eternal.
So
All right.
yeah, we'll go follow the very descriptive directions to the Cat Tavern.
They were incredibly accurate.
Were they also correct?
They were. Well, at least you make it to the little fountain after turning at the purple house and turning at the yellow house. And in front of you, The doors are open, the windows are open. There's a little seating area on this little cobblestone square. But it's almost like they notice you before you notice them. And hundreds of feline eyes sort of go and stare as Sam enters the square.
I move 20 feet to the left of the party so they will not be swarmed. I've already died to rats, I might as well die to cats next.
The cats just sort of follow you with their stare.
I'll stand over here. Good luck.
You do see what the gentleman called mouselings tending tables and the bar, and one of them's in... It's almost a Sisyphean task trying to deal with the cat fur. Just sweeping, and every time he turns around, a cat walks by and there's more fern again.
Hello. We were hoping to get a room, or maybe two. Probably one really is better. We didn't actually talk about this. Do we want one room or two, or do we want all four? I don't think we need 4 rooms. That's silly. Kai, Welby. Anyway, we were looking for some rooms.
Distracted by the cats.
It's okay.
I was kind of hoping that this would be the time Wild's cats would show up and do the sound effects for me, but the meowing is impressive.
What are they saying?
With an undertone of purring. Some of them are just happily purring because they're out in the sun and it's a nice day, but a lot of them are going, what's that? You hear it? You smell it? You feel that? What's that? You hear it? You smell it? You feel that? What's that? I smell it. I hear it. I feel it. It's over there. It's on it now. It's on it now. It's dressed in the thing. It's over there. It's over there. It's over there.
That's... Kai's very distracted by that.
Right,
Do you think we need to
okay.
get it? Do you think we need to chase it? Do you think we need to grab it? Do you think we need to run around it? Can we get it? Can we get it? Can we get it? Anyway, there's a lovely little sign that calls it the Dew Mouse Brew House.
But yes, sorry. We were told that we could get a room here. Maybe
Certainly.
2.
Sure.
How?
Any size preference? Small, medium, large? Regular beds or beds with cat hair? It's a joke. All beds have cat hair.
Right. Well, that's not unusual for us at this point. Medium, I guess.
1 medium room?
Maybe 2.
2 medium rooms?
Yeah.
Any pets? Or children? Children are banned.
Kai looks at Pris very confused.
Why no children?
But well, we have a pseudo dragon.
Pseudo dragons are on the allowed list.
Oh, okay, good.
All
Yes, he's
animals
very-
aren't allowed.
Mainly dogs. Dogs tend to be a real problem.
Right. Right. Good.
2 medium
Nope.
rooms.
2 medium rooms, yes.
How many nights?
How many?
It's 5 silver a night. It's a discount if you stay 7.
Oh, I don't think we need to stay 7.
We're not going to stay 7 days.
No, we've
7
We're-
nights.
right. 2, maybe.
That'll be 10 silver, please.
That
Will
I
you be
can do.
requiring breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
Yes, please.
Yes.
That'll be an additional 2 silver a person.
Okay, and there's 4 of us, so I will pay out of my party funds the 20 silver. No, 10 silver for 2 nights. No, 10 silver, 20 silver because it's 2
18
rooms.
silver, I think, right?
18 silver.
No, fuck.
Sure, why not?
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
He sort of skitters out in front of you to go behind a, for you, very low little desk. Perfect height for Welby and the mouselings. And grabs 2 little room keys, number 21 and number 22. You're on the 2nd floor.
Thank you.
When
Can
you're
the cats-
inside, there's just, you know how people build like cat highways in their houses so the cats can go everywhere? It's full of little cat highways.
Can the
A
cats
lot of
get
the
into
cats
your
are
rooms?
currently in front of the window staring at Sam. Cats can absolutely get into your rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That makes
like-
sense.
Like, they have little holes in the walls where the little shelf highways go through. Can't deny a cat part of its territory. What kind of monster are you? You have 2 perfectly decent rooms. Fair amount of cat hair. But nice comfy beds, small wardrobe where you can put your belongings, little writing desk, access to a shared bathroom, 4 rooms, each share 1 bathroom. But it's not one for the entire inn, so it's a pretty good deal. The little mouseling will turn to you and go, if you require different bathing facilities, there is a bathhouse nearby.
Wonderful.
Where's the Artisans Guild, if you know that?
Oh, they have a whole district. They all sort of clump together.
Oh, district.
It's really more of a northeast kind of thing. They have a little sign that says Artisans District. That might help.
Who in
Alright, thanks.
town would know the most about fairy tales?
I mean, there's a Storytellers Guild, but there's also a library.
Storytellers Guild.
Ooh.
What if we want to sell shit?
Don't know anyone who buys excrement.
You know what I mean.
I think they use it on farms.
Fair.
What if we wanted to sell gems?
Oh, there's plenty of gem exchanges throughout the city. Many people prefer gems over gold because of the weight limitations. Just find a house that says currency exchange.
Wonderful. Okay. Well.
Any other directions?
Oh, no, I don't think so. Unless you all can think of something, but, you know, I'm sure we can find our way around. Sometimes I just love to explore.
We don't have time to do that.
Right, I know. Maybe a little time? Maybe a little time? It's such a neat place here.
We're here, so we may as well.
We
But
have
you're
something
right.
to do.
You're right. I know. I got caught up. But we want to go to the bakery. Do we want to? Okay, but here's the question. Do we want to go to the bakery first, or do we want to go sell the gems first?
We should sell the gems first, in
Okay.
case we see something exciting on the way to the bakery.
That's a good idea.
Or we get
Which
sued
bakery
for
do you
some weird
need?
tavern rule.
The cat and the what was it called? It's on the note, and I can't because I don't have it written down yet.
Black Cat Bakery? I don't remember.
The Cats and Cake Bakery?
The Cats and Cake
Cake.
Bakery. That's it. That's the one. We have the note somewhere.
Oh, it's nearby.
Is
it's
it
actually-
closer? Go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, it's the same direction as the money exchange. Actually, I think they are a money exchange. They expanded from bakery to delivery service and like minor post office work.
Oh, I know exactly what kind of place this is. Wonderful.
Alright, then let's get going.
Thank you for all your help.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Alright. How about we take a break here?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be back in 10 minutes. And you can go get your gems exchanged and go to a bakery.
Bakery!
Bakery!
Pastries!
Talk about a tonal shift.
Yeah. I have stroopwafels, so I'm very excited. So I'm
Oh,
prepared.
stroopwafels, nice.
They're little ones.
For some reason, the cross of a bakery and a delivery service just made me think of opening an envelope.
Welcome to our Patreon.
Oh baby, I love your madness. It's
Welcome to our Patreon. Here on Open for Adventure, we are making high quality Dungeons and Dragons content, folks. We have a great big world to share with you, and by becoming a patron, you can help us explore and expand upon this adventure. With your support, we can invest in more amazing artwork, better mics, fancy cameras, and overall stream quality. Not to mention, help us get some amazing new merch that we can use for giveaways. What do you get by becoming a patron? I'm so glad you asked. Let's take a look at the different levels and give you a sneak peek at what you can get at each tier. Did you know that the family of the First Lord Theo, the leader of the rebellion against the Empire, actually invented firearms nearly 25 years prior to the current campaign? The designs for this high-tech weapon are the Delaney family's best-kept secret. Also, they were originally invented by the late First Lady Victoria, Theo's mother. Access to lore leaks like this is what you can expect from the first tier, written in blog-style posts after each weekly session. Ever wondered what goes on off-camera? The next 3 tiers give you exactly that. With Stolen Moments, you can get access to text-based roleplay moments, highlighting experiences that don't make it onto the stream, like Leona's training session with Ray and Asmara. Stolen Moments Plus gives you access to roleplay moments featuring our guests, non-player characters, and historical figures, featuring the likes of Marshall, Annalena, and even the Empress herself. And Roleplay Addiction takes us to a whole other level. This tier gives you exclusive 30-minute videos of canon interactions not otherwise seen on stream, like late-night drunken interactions between paladins or tender moments featuring your favorite character ships. The Warm Fuzzies is super simple. It's everything I've listed so far, and also you get your name on stream after our weekly regular sessions. Every session. And our Undying Love. And finally, the most epic of all Patreon tiers. Drum roll, please. The Lore Master. This ultimate and final tier gets you first look access at all of the content going into our upcoming, official, Open for Adventure campaign setting. Lore, maps, monsters, items, dungeons, dragons. Go ahead, have a look around, make yourself at home, and consider becoming a patron to help us make this fantasy world a little bit closer to reality.
Oh, hi. My name is Express Love. I'm the Senmarian god of coffee. Did you know that in Senmaria, every cup of coffee is made with found familiar coffee beans? That's canon. In Senmaria, every cup of coffee is good coffee because it's made with love by found familiar. Did you know that every bag of found familiar coffee features artwork from incredible members of the tabletop gaming community? That's canon. Each blend and roast of found familiar coffee features cool D&D names like Thieves' Cant, Face Step, and Pact Magic. In Senmaria, every royal meeting that Ray attends features the Cartographer's Blend, a brew of coffee made by found familiar in conjunction with Devon Rue. Now that's canon. Found familiar coffee. Buy it today.
Yeah, to pieces, yeah, I need it. Once you pandemonium, life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Once you pandemonium.
emoji. There,
Like
I
an
think I
emoji.
got rid of everything that said murder
Dog
on my
emoji.
captions.
Got it.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back. We're doing really well. We didn't derail at all during the break. So we're ready to get right back into this wonderful game as my darling players are leaving the Dew Mouse Brew House on their way to the Cat and Cake Bakery that is also a money exchange and a delivery service. Is there a marching order? Are we still having Pris mom energy?
Sure, why not?
You're all following on your best behavior.
Well, and we're following the origami bird directional note situation.
The flying paper bird, check.
Yes.
It flits along happily and soars. It's really not that far, a few streets over to the. It's more of a wide street than it is a square. There's just buildings everywhere. Like they're getting the gardens are getting smaller and smaller, and the buildings are crowded together a little more. But it's very clear where you need to go because the Cat and Cake Bakery has a really nice storefront with cakes obviously displayed in the front window. A nice sign with the same cat on a broom with cake signature you saw on the bit of paper earlier. It's not terribly busy from what you can see. But you do see a number of paper birds flying in and out of windows, including yours.
Oh. Well, this looks great and adorable.
There's cakes and breads and other baked goods, and the smell coming out is wonderful. Welby is doing pretty much that cartoon thing where the smell lifts him up by the nose and he sort of floats forward. It's just, it's all good.
Well, should we go in?
Absolutely. What are we waiting for?
Honestly, not that many. That black cat you saw earlier is asleep in the display window. There's a few stragglers from the Dew Mouse Brew House behind you that are following Sam. Obviously. But not all of the cats from the Dew Mouse Brew House.
Pris just goes straight in.
Okay. It seems like the Cat and Cake Bakery takes up pretty much this entire building. With this floor is just a huge shop. There's a kitchen behind the counter. There's a few customers talking to who you assume is the proprietor. There's a little sitting area for people who want to have cake and tea here.
I will. I think Pris would be distracted looking at all of the baked goods.
Yeah, if you weren't hungry yet, you're salivating.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I know I'm a really big sucker for the smell of fresh bread, but it's also, in addition to the bread, there's just cakes, there's sweets, there's pastries, tarts. There's a little side bit with hearty stuff where there's like mini quiches.
I think at some point Kai would just kind of bump Pris out of her stupor. Just well,
What?
I don't think you want me to talk to them. I don't know.
Oh.
It's a
right.
Yeah, no, it is a woman.
Mhm.
Yeah, Pris is very distracted.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Also, I don't think you've seen one before. The lady behind the counter is a fire genasi.
Hmm. Oh, fine. I was just... Everything looks so delicious. Hello? Hi.
Hello, what can I get for you today?
Well, I guess, a couple of things, really, I guess. Well, first of all, this place is amazing.
Oh, thank you. It's so good to have new customers. It's been a bit rough. What can I get for you?
Not the food. It's,
Oh, the food is really good. You look hungry.
I am, but we have things to... Sorry. Focusing.
We're here about the job.
Yes!
The delivery witches. Wonderful. Well, I mainly do the baking and the bakery side, so I'm just going to take you through to the back and you can talk to my wife about it, okay?
Oh, okay. Also, we heard that you may do gem exchanges here. Is that true?
Also, my wife, she does most of the delivery things and the money handling.
Okay, great. Well, perfect.
I'm just really good with puff pastry.
Oh, I do love puff pastry. But we should
have,
get our business...
we have some sausages wrapped in puff pastry.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Do you have anything that's mushroom based?
All right, I think we're going now. Goodbye. Let's go. But come on, let's. Yeah.
I just want... Okay, we'll definitely be picking up some pastries before we leave.
Okay, fine. She sort of ushers you through to more of a back area. It's not completely closed off. It's where you see someone indeed with like a little money box, a huge ledger, sorting out orders and things, next to an open window where those little paper birds are flying in and out. This is an Eladrin. I think most of you would have seen those around. And I don't think you would have noticed this yet. Both the woman behind the counter and the woman doing the ledgers have a necklace with some kind of token or crest on it that, like, they're not anything religious. And judging by, they're like representing tools. And you would assume, because none of you are entirely stupid, you would assume these are like guild tokens. Like they're both either craft masters or artisans. More notably because the woman doing the paperwork has a sort of like an arcane mark and a blacksmithing hammer around her neck. Whereas the lovely Fire Genasi, it like her necklace is perpetually red glowing hot because it's always on her skin. And it's both a little arcane mark and just the stereotypical perfect bread, basically. And as you're being ushered in, she just goes, Astley, these people are here for the job openings. Chris and Welby, as she turns to leave, she slips 2 mini quiches into your hands. Astley looks up and goes, right, delivery witches. Good. I have a lot of things that need to go out. Right, hang on. I don't know. I've been doing the paperwork to help out around here. I don't usually do paperwork. I'm just gonna find a list, and you're on trial. You do get paid while you're on trial, and if you're on trial, you can get the real job.
Oh, speaking of, what exactly? So it said delivery help, which is wonderful. It's great. We're only in town for a couple of days, and we're just looking to hoping to pick up a little bit of extra cash while we were in town. So,
fine. And she shuffles through some more papers and goes, right, these are same day and tomorrow deliveries?
Okay, great. I that's wonderful. What exactly is the job for by chance?
There are deliveries. You take things from here and you take them where they're going to go and you make sure they get there safely.
Right. No, figured that, but that's it. There's nothing else. It's just.
Are they all places in the city, or are they places in different cities, or?
Well, if you're not here for that long, it's either in the city or like more suburby.
Okay.
Nothing past the outer rings.
What's the pay?
Well, depends on how many deliveries you complete.
Is there like a base pay or?
No, it goes by delivery.
Okay, so what is the
More
rate
of
per
a
delivery?
commission-based thing. Well, if you manage all of them, there's also a different question for you, of course. We can either pay you in money, which I would prefer not to, because I prefer to reinvest it into the bakery, regardless of what Kirsa says. I have some magical items I can spare. I craft magical items normally. I just help. You don't need to know my life story. I started helping out in the bakery for reasons. I don't necessarily want to be here. I want everything to get back to where it was so I can get back to my job. I cannot say no to Kirsa. It's apparently the story of my marriage. Anyway, broom of lesser flying? I'll chuck a ring with a floating disc in the mix. Some magical candy if you want it.
Candy.
Are you good at doing your job?
I am amazing at doing my job.
Inside check.
Roll.
Hey, that's rude. You can't ask him.
Kai is always rude. That's how he knows the cats are rude.
That's a 4.
That is a 4.
Okay.
You
I rolled a 1.
have absolutely no idea whether or not this Eldrin is telling the truth. But she can
So
do
if
it.
we do
I
you-
am excellent at my job, but I'm also a very good wife. Which is why I'm here, in the bakery.
Alright, if we do your delivery stuff, can you help me with the thing I'm trying to do?
How massively cryptic. I have absolutely no idea if I can help you with the thing you're trying to do, because for all I know, you might be trying to take over the world.
I don't think I am.
No.
I also have no
then-
idea what I'm trying to do, since I need somebody like you to tell me what to do it.
Are you trying to make a magical thing?
I think so.
Then I can probably either help you or tell you who you need to help you.
Alright, let's do some phone delivery.
Okay. Also, we have some gems that need to be exchanged
Oh,
for
yes.
gold.
Sure. Any diamonds? We're always out of diamonds, and I don't know why.
It's very strange. I don't know if we have any diamonds that we're exchanging. I don't remember all of the titles for all.
I'm pretty sure you're keeping all of your diamonds for reasons.
I can't imagine what reasons we want to keep diamonds for.
We had a 300. No, we had a 500 GP diamond,
You
right?
did have a 500 GP
We
diamond.
did, and
Because
then
we
I
had the
can't.
spell that specifies 300 GP.
Yes, and it doesn't do change.
You know.
I mean, is it even worth to ask?
I mean, sure, well, we could ask this patron very nicely.
I'll accept that.
I can't remember how much the total was from the others.
You got 1,000 in total.
and then 500
So,
of that was a diamond.
500 that was 1 diamond, and 500 assorted bullshit. Although some of you were mainly angling for fire opals for some reason.
I don't know who is doing that.
Yeah, me neither. Anyway, it's a flat 5% fee for currency exchange.
Oh. 5%?
That's fine. It's only 25.
I mean, you can sell them for maybe half price.
Oh no. I think a 5%, that seems fair. Seems reasonable.
I mean, it's the handling, it's the administration, it's getting them checked, making sure you're not giving me false gems that are going to disappear in 7 days, the usual.
Does that happen a
normal.
lot?
Don't make a deal with leprechauns is all I'm saying.
Ah, right. Yes, of course.
You have leprechauns
Read those
there?
stories.
Don't know what a leprechaun is.
Yo, you will recognize a leprechaun if you see one. Bastards. Anyway, 5% flat fee then? Do you want gold pieces? I have some small bars, silver.
Gold pieces would be fine.
Or like a bar. I don't think we need any silver, really. Ever.
Not really.
Just gold pieces then? Chuck them in a bag
Yep.
for you.
Mm-hmm.
You get little bags with gold.
Woohoo! 475 gold then?
Yep. It's like 4
Some-
bags of 400 and 1 bag of 75.
Okay. Right now, who's writing that down? Because I know
have
I
no
said let's
fucking
write that
clue.
down, and nobody
Hold-
wrote it down.
So
Hold
we
on.
At
each
least I
have-
remembered what I gave you this time.
So we
Thank
each
you,
have
Andy.
118 gold, and one of us has 119. If you go with me.
Okay. Who has the diamond?
Believe Sam
Chris?
should have the diamond.
Oh,
I think
I have
it
the
wasn't.
diamond?
It wasn't
I thought-
Chris's scarf.
Oh, it
Yeah.
is in my scarf. You're right. I do
You
have
had
the
it in
diamond.
your-
Can
Scarf.
Pris cast Revivify?
No,
No,
Why does Pris have the diamond?
my
because
scarf
Sam
holds
doesn't
things.
have a good track record with keeping
Yeah,
track
yeah,
of his belongings.
Well, also, Sam can't revivify you when Sam is always the one down on the ground dead.
I was about to point out,
That's-
Sam is usually the one who goes down.
Exactly. Like,
Mechanically, he isn't supposed to. We shall ignore anything that happens.
that's what happens when you have no frontliners on a team.
None.
And
Oh,
the
no,
cleric
sorry.
is your tankiest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, there's nobody in the
And
party who's
Sam's
tankier.
not even that tanky, considering he has a 0 dex score.
Eventually, druids can get tanky, but
If only somebody had 1 billion hit points and resistant to all common forms of damage.
If
Anyway.
only,
Yeah,
if
but
only
they've,
someone had chosen a different druid circle. I mean, there's a lot of what ifs in this party. Let's
Yeah.
just, you know.
Really.
If only my god loved me more.
you have suns on your robe now.
I know.
If
So, what was that
only you
100?
hadn't called out to a different. Well, it's not even a deity. If only you had prayed more
Dick.
targetedly.
Hey, you know, if my god cared enough, they would have always been listening.
So,
No,
what was
that's
it?
not
100,
worth-
180, 190 for everybody?
118.
18.
18.
1
Oh.
8.
You're still poor. I mean, you're richer than everyone who's ever run a farm in D&D, but fuck it, for an adventurer, you're poor.
Yeah,
Fuck it,
we
these
are.
people don't count. They're only 90% of the population. Marie Antoinette.
I mean, what's their lives to an adventurer, you know? Anyway. Money business sorted. Ashley, I keep having to check my notes because people bought names. Ashley is making a little list of deliveries for you.
Hooray.
There is someone writing along with this, or I'm going to have to tell you this 10 times.
I'm
Can
gonna
you
put it
copy-paste
in
it?
the-
Yeah,
No,
I-
I don't feel like it.
What if you
I'm gonna
told
put it in the
each one of
Discord chat.
us what our like if we divided? the
Are you
deliveries
splitting
in
up?
court?
Are you
Yeah.
are you each taking
Are
one?
we? I thought we talked
Are
about
we more
not
effective
splitting.
that way?
Yeah, like I feel like if we're only here for 2 days, we're getting paid by delivery. If we all go together, they're not all going to the same spot.
There are 7 deliveries.
That shouldn't take too long, right?
Nah. There is a cake that needs to go to a noble's mansion that is to be there this evening.
It goes to what mansion?
A
Noble's
noble's
mansion.
mansion.
A nobles. Sorry.
Bartholomew's mansion. There. Got rid of that NPC name. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I can hear you, Caitlin.
There it is, right?
There is a shipping crate that needs to go to the local bathhouse. There is a little, not very well packaged toy airship that needs to be shipped to a local townhouse.
Oh, very busy writing.
Oh, that's perfectly fair. At least I. Oh, no.
I
Don't forget to
notes,
hydrate
why?
while we're taking notes. I feel like I'm giving you like a quiz in like 2 weeks or
I
something.
feel like I'm in school again. Only in school I'm taking
Uh-huh.
digital notes. My hand hurts.
I feel no pity for you, but you already know
I'm
this.
old. I took
know.
physical notes in school.
Meanwhile, I'm just typing them all in our Zoom chat so that none of you had to take notes.
You're aware
Except the Zoom
Zoom
chat
chat
just-
goes away when I close the meeting.
You assume. I was going to say you assume that we're
before
not
it's
still
not
doing
closed.
that list next session, and
know,
the session
before
after that, and the session after
Copy
that.
and paste it into the Discord.
So Bartholomew's a demon. The bathhouse is a mimic. What's next?
Yep, toy airship for the townhouse, which is haunted.
That's
You're
annoying.
delivering toy-sized furniture to a little girl who's making a dollhouse for the little fae people who live inside the walls.
Love that one.
Yes.
I read that book.
With the lift.
There's a little cart that Welby had already noticed earlier. Don't forget to check your posture while you're writing. Don't get a cramp. There's a little cart of sweets and baked goods that need to be pulled and delivered to a small cavern on the very outer ring of the city for an currently anonymous high-profile client.
That's not weird.
Nope. Bart. Bart Cakey.
Bartholomew.
Oh, Bartholomew. How dare you shorten his name without permission? Who do you think
Hey.
you are?
Oh,
I'm the person that
Bossy.
requested that name, so I can do what I
The
want.
audacity.
Old Barty. Oh, we love
Yep, old Barney.
God
There
damn it.
is a crate of ingredients that smell suspiciously like tea that need to go to a tea shop called the Perfect Cup.
No.
it. What is it with this town of cats? Is this fucking Egypt or what?
I'm having so much fun with this, you have no idea. And the last one is a little different than the rest. It doesn't start here. You have to go to the house of... I'm sorry, I'm very distracted by Wild's cat and the wildly flying back legs I saw just now. You need to go to a old lady's house named Madison, pick up a little statue she has, and then deliver it to the antique shop.
Alright, get out your bingo cards. Which one is the plot hook? I say all of them.
All of them are mimics. Every single one.
Old Lady Madison, I knew it! She has always been so suspicious.
Old Lady Madison.
Welcome, welcome.
Hello there. Oh, so young and supple. Come over for dinner.
15 cantrips in her face. Burn it all down.
I have
Hello.
2 words for you, Madison. Firebolt.
That's technically, I mean,
Right. Well, then you have your projects and your deadlines. You're free to keep any tips you receive, so,
God,
service
this
with a
is
smile.
Oh, wonderful. That's
Great.
so very nice of you. Are all of these things that have to be delivered today, or are they ones that have to be delivered by... Well, I'm besides the evening ones.
Well, the baked goods might go stale, so preferably today. Things that don't involve, things that can go off, those should probably go today.
Okay, so we should do the tea, the cake, and the candy first.
Probably wise. You seem,
Well,
like,
let's get
you
going
seem
then.
like smart people. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Okay, I will start picking up the packages. I'm going to make sure that I pick up the...
So, which one do you want to pick up? Because a lot of them are not small.
So I think Sam will want to push the cart of sweets, and I think I will
Cool.
be keeping an eye out, making
It's
sure
the
that
it's the
Welby
kind of pulling
doesn't eat
cart
them.
with like the pulling thing in front.
Yeah.
Like where you put a horse or a donkey or whatever.
alright, someone get a few ropes. I'm gonna be a horse now.
Oh,
they become a
also-
horse.
land.
We already have the rope.
The
Not
cake,
inside the store, of course.
The cake you need to deliver is actually very, very carefully packed inside a crate. It's one of those ridiculous multi-tier sponge sugar bullshit monstrosities you would see on my Super Sweet 16. And it is
Is that your internet username?
not
Sorry,
anymore.
go on.
You don't know. This is my OnlyFans. Anyway, I did it to myself. It is sort of hovering off the ground on
Somebody clip that.
on a little puff of air. There's absolutely no reason to clip any of this. And she just goes, okay, so this is this little ring of tensors floating disk, and we use it for the more fragile delivery. So just make sure it stays upright, because if it breaks, we don't get paid. Whoever is taking this cake should wear the ring. And she holds out a little silver ring.
Chris will take the ring.
Okay.
I'll be in charge of it.
Okay, so make sure you move very slowly, or it'll destabilize.
Of course. It'll be fine.
Where did that horse come from? Nope, don't answer.
Magic.
That's fair. Oh, your friend's a druid. I should have known.
It has come in handy sometimes.
I mean,
Sometimes
at
not as
least
much,
when he's a
but
horse,
sometimes-
he doesn't smell like dog. That's a.
That's fair.
I should not have said that out loud. Should not have said it out loud. Right.
So, if Kai has the sweets, Pris has the cake, do you want me to grab one of the other things then? Then we can all kind of get
The
4
tea
things out at
leaves,
once.
preferably.
Oh, yeah, I can do the tea.
Okay.
I'll take the toy furniture.
Okay.
Kai uses
Of
their
course
snap
you
to
will.
point at their back, which I believe is still unoccupied.
You're grabbing the cart with the sweets, yeah? Well, we're
Yeah.
getting you.
Okay. So, Pris has the cake. I'm taking notes as well because I need to. Pris has the cake. Kai has the cart. Of course, Welby has the dollhouse for the fake creatures who live inside walls. And Sam has the tea leaves. And you're all splitting up.
Can
you
we?
are going in pretty, like, 2 of you might walk together for like the first 10 minutes, but after that you're going in wildly different directions. Who wants me to deal with their delivery first?
I'll go first. Why not? You know, that way maybe nice things happen to people.
That's all.
I'm ready to be hurt today.
I'm not hurting anybody today. If anybody gets hurt, it's you doing it to yourselves.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've got the tea leaves going to the tea shop,
The perfect cup.
which makes sense why I would be going there with the amulet.
Yep. Just, really, really embrace that cat theme. Alrighty. You have a crate, and you're in front of the Cat and Cake Bakery. Where do you go?
Oh goodness, they did not give us directions where it was. Is there anyone nearby? Actually, I'll just ask the mouselings if I'm right there in front of it.
Which mouselings?
In the tavern? Oh, no, sorry,
you're-
I'm outside the bakery. I'm gonna head back up towards...
Can I, as a DM, make a suggestion?
Sure.
Okay, how about you turn around and you ask Astley for a map?
That would make way more sense. Ashley, can I have a map real quick?
Of course you can, they're on the counter.
I grab a map. And I will hand
I
them out
both
to
love and
everybody
hate
else.
all of you. On this map, the perfect cup is marked. It doesn't seem that far, but it's a fairly heavy crate. It's maybe 2 miles. heading towards the waterfront. There's just... It's a pretty crowded city. People bump into you a little bit.
I'll have... Oh god, Sir Wolfric? Is that the name of the pseudo-dragon?
No.
I always forget their name. Sir
Wilfred.
Wilfred.
Sir Wilfred.
I'll have Sir Wilfred fly overhead in the direction that we're going, so if there's any, like, things en route that could, like, detour us, that I will have a heads up.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You get sort of a worried feeling back from Sir Wilfred, as he's sort of honed in on what seems to be a lost child wandering through the streets. And he's like, it's like Sir Wilfred was also sold on your party because he was going to be a hero now. So clearly, Sir Wilfred wants to help the child. And there's a lot of frustration being funneled back to you because when he asked the child a question, she screamed and cried because apparently a hissing pseudo-dragon isn't understood by everybody. So there's also a fair amount of guilt for scaring the children.
Alright, so I will head that way, and when I get to the child, I will stop and be like, hey there. Is everything alright?
She's holding this very worn old owlbear plushie. And just sort of great big teary eyes goes, I can't find my home.
You can't find your home. That's terrible. Do you live in the city? What are some places near where you live? I have a map, and I will pull out the map, and I'll be like, is it near the...
There's a weird tavern my parents says I can't go to.
Is it one with owl bears?
No.
Okay.
But there is a bear.
Oh! And do you live near that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what's your name? I'm gonna have to insight check that.
Okay.
Does this kid not know their name? For a 18.
For an 18.
Also, what color is their tongue?
Their tongue is a regular pink.
Okay.
She doesn't seem as lost as she's claiming to be. And a lot of what she's doing seems to be about keeping your attention on her.
Well, since I'm holding the tea, I'm gonna just keep moving. Be like, you're welcome to come along. I'm going to the tea to the perfect cup. We can find your parents afterwards.
And you walk on.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna take a look around since I realized that they're trying to do it. So I'm going to make sure that I haven't been, robbed.
Yeah. Roll a perception check.
Sure. I'd like to use my inspiration.
Please do.
For a 17.
A 17. No. You notice nothing else suspicious.
Okay, well, gosh. What? I don't think I have Zone of Truth prepared today. Nope, I don't. I'm assuming the kid's not following.
No. She's
Yeah.
also no longer crying.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Until she spots someone in rather fancy-looking gear. And then she wanders over, goes... and you see this little urchin sneak up behind the woman she's talking to. And lift their money pouch.
Do I still have my money pouch?
If you pat where your money pouch was, there is a pouch.
Does it feel full?
No.
Are they within 60 feet of me?
No, they're gone. They took that woman and they're...
Okay, then I... Oh, gosh. I still have the shipment.
Yep.
Gosh. I guess I will... You know, I have all day tomorrow to hunt them down. And you know what? I have just the spell for that, so I am just going to make my delivery.
I will point out that as you're patting that money pouch, it seems a little sticky.
Sticky, like, because I had sticky fingers?
Sticky, like it's sort of sticking to your fingers. Nope, not like it is sticking to your fingers.
Okay, I guess I'll investigate that. So my pouch is now sticky. Sticking to my fingers.
Yep.
What is it like a fluid or is it like a...
Have you met a mimic before?
No.
I mean, it's a lot like a mimic.
So my pouch is now a mimic.
Technically, it's a baby mimic.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I mean, it's trying to bite you, but it doesn't have teeth yet.
I will just file... I need to make this delivery. I can't be wasting time on nonsense. I'm going to make my delivery like I promised I would do and follow through. And as I'm doing that, I will say, every time you take an action, Sam, this always happens. Stick to the plan. Don't do something rash like usual. And I will make my delivery.
All right, you roll up to the perfect cup with the baby mimic still sucking on your fingers, basically. The perfect cup is a really nice tea shop. It is owned by a rather dapper tabaxi, holding a cane, wearing a top hat, frock coat, very sharp bow tie, and introduces himself to you as the Duke.
Well, good afternoon. The Duke, like...
Yes.
Okay, good afternoon, the Duke. My name is Sam. I'm here on behalf of the delivery service, and this is the tea crate you ordered.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Very excited. Very rare new blends. Do you want to come in? Do you want to have a sit down? Do you want to try one of the teas?
I do appreciate the offer. Unfortunately, there were pickpockets that I spotted that were in the area accosting people on my way. In good conscience.
Oh God. Did you fall for the children or for the apple cart?
It was the children.
Unfortunate, very unfortunate. We do put up signs warning people about them, but I feel they get ignored a lot. And stolen. But surely a cup of tea would make you feel better after your ordeal.
Well, I would rather not... I mean, if people know about what's happening, why have the guards not stopped it?
Oh, every time we arrest a child, there's 4 more that take their place. It's very profitable. Most of them aren't even homeless or orphans. It's almost a sport. In general, if you can prove how much they stole from you, you can usually reclaim it at one of the guards' offices.
All right, I can do that. I guess I will come in for some tea.
There is something attached to your hand.
Oh, yeah. They seem to have replaced my coin purse with this, and I will hold up the baby mimic.
Oh, that is adorable. Anywho, what kind of tea do you like? Are we talking black? Are we talking red? Are we talking green? Do you need to calm down? Do you need some more energy?
I have had a very rough past few weeks.
So unfortunate.
So maybe a
Calming
medicinal.
tea.
Yeah, or a medicinal tea.
Of course, of course. He ushers you to a little booth where you can have a moment. If you settle down a little bit, eventually, if you have your hand on the table, the mimic will let go of your hand and make sort of sad, almost cat-like noises because it's alone and scared.
I will feed it some rations.
It happily gums them up because, again, no teeth.
Yeah. I'll give it like
Uh,
little pieces of like mushed trail bar.
You get a lovely tea service while the Duke just keeps talking about where the leaf came from, what season it was picked in, how the blend was pulled together, how long you should steep it depending on the tea service you're using, how wonderful just everything is. And you get a really nice chai tea.
Wonderful. So when I finish that cup, I will stand up. It has been
I will point out that when you drink your tea, it is just a really lovely, lovely taste. It reminds you of one of your happiest childhood memories, and you gain 6 temporary hit points.
wonderful. I feel that was such a nice blend of tea.
Oh, thank you. We do aim to be restorative here.
Well, when I get more gold that I seem to have lost coming here, I will make sure to get some before I leave Wavecrest.
Excellent. Do feel free to bring your friends.
I will most certainly. And I am going to have Sir Wilfred fly over the alleyways
Mm-hmm.
and keep an eye out for those urchins with the
Okay.
express idea of as soon as he finds them to follow them to where they live.
All right. Sir Wilfred flies off.
And then I'm gonna head. On the map, were any of the locations that my companions are going to, are any of them in the vicinity, or like roughly in an area that's been marked with these like postings?
Most of the others are in like different areas of the city, like different quarters. You're not even sure why they call them quarters because there's like 11 of them.
That's fair. I will send. I'll cast sending to Pris.
Hey, look who learned sending today.
Yep. Look who took sending today. It's me, your boy, Sam.
Hooray!
Hello, Pris. Look out for urchins. I got robbed. Also, I have a baby mimic? With the tea keeper, I've told me it's called a mimic.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's a druid. He knows how these things work.
Be careful. I'm going back for the next delivery. Can reclaim gold at... Is guard post hyphenated?
No, I think it's one word.
At security. There. Security
There
is
you
what-
go.
Excellent. I think that's a perfect segue into Pris's part of this.
I agree. Let's rewind a little bit until we start with where Pris was starting, and then in a little bit you're going to get this message. Now you have a nice ring of Tensor's floating disc, a absolutely stunning cake
Mm-hmm.
that looks incredibly fragile. Mechanically, if you experiment a little bit with walking around and the cake, anytime you go more than half your speed, the cake gets a little wobbly. And the first time you try this, you don't know you shouldn't. So the first time you set off walking, I'd like you to make a dexterity saving throw. As the cake wobbles and wobbles and wobbles.
What's the inspiration that we have? Is it D6?
What did you roll, Sam? Because I'd happily say a D8, but
For what?
Oh,
inspiration.
me.
Oh, inspiration is
10.
just roll with advantage, right?
Yeah, you should give advantage. Like, I'm not a bard.
Oh,
I'm
it's
just-
advantage. Oh, okay. Sure. Advantage is fine.
Advantage is fine?
Yeah.
And if you wanted a D6 instead, that's fine.
Maybe I should have taken the D6, but it's fine. It's a 12?
It's a 12. All right, so the cake wobbles worryingly and slides on its platform just a little bit. You have the feeling if you do this too many times, it's going to fall over.
Pris will start walking first she will take a map.
They are on the counter.
Right. She will probably stay at not just half speed, but quarter speed.
Okay. You are, God, remind me, that's 7 foot around?
Oh, I guess it's, yeah, probably.
Okay, so at 7 foot around, you're inching your way through this busy town on your way to Bartholomew's mansion.
Mm-hmm.
Make me a perception check.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming you're focused on that cake.
Yep, pretty much. Oh, golly gee willikers. That's a 5.
Lord. Yeah.
I would like to point out that
your
Pris
passive is very high.
It's fine. The passive is fine. I would like to point out that Pris keeps everything of her that's valuable as much as she can in her scarf.
Oh, God. No one's trying to rob you. I'm just trying to see how long it takes you to notice the runaway cart that's barreling down the road towards your cake.
Well...
and since that wasn't a very impressive...
No.
check. I think we're getting to the point where you need a dexterity saving throw to dodge out of the way of this cart taking the cake. Since, you couldn't just move to the side or anything.
Mm-hmm. This is a saving throw and not a check.
That's a saving throw.
That's better.
Is it?
For me, those are not the same.
Is it?
Well, those are not the same numbers.
Oh, right. Fair. Yeah.
Because checks are usually lower than saving throws. At least if I have proficiency. Which I
Hang
do.
on. I need to write down another NPC name because we're getting a Duke Louis. Louis. I'm going to assume it's after a cat. The Duke Louis.
Yeah. Golly, man, my dice just hate me today. That's an 11?
Oh, wow. Your dice really hate you today.
Yeah, it's not. I'm switching them too. It's not great.
Yeah, you move out of the way. It is enough to save the cake. However, your shoulder gets clipped by this madly out of control cart. You take 6 points of damage.
Wow.
As the cart sort of crashes into
Ow.
a fruit stand nearby.
That really hurt. Okay.
But the cart has come to
fine.
stop. There's a half-orc that was clinging on for dear life, who looks at you with wide eyes, thanking you for stopping the cart, assuming you did it to save them.
That really hurt. Look, I hope you're okay, but I'm very busy. I have to get this cake safely, and maybe just watch where you're going next time, all right?
I didn't lose control on purpose or anything.
Just be more careful. Okay. I'm very focused.
All right, you collect yourself.
Stressful.
You collect your cake.
Yep.
And you continue on down this kind of wide road. It's not bad.
This is very
Uh,
stressful.
It is. Like, I mean, you've had other stressful occasions, so maybe not terrible.
No, but
You keep walking. You walk past a crowd of people who are listening to two men in rather garish purple outfits. And as you walk past, you hear them, well, basically talking shit about the Cat and Cake Bakery and telling people how bad the service is and how terrible their wares are, and handing out flyers for the Purple Stove Outfitters. How if you're a former customer of the Cat and Cake Bakery, but if you switch over to the Purple Stove Outfitters, you get a discount.
oh, I wish I could say something. I think oh yeah, I'm gonna do it a bit if I hear this. I would
There's complaints about how unsanitary it is to have a cat in your bakery.
I think what can I do with this? I think I'm still very focused on delivering this cake properly.
Of course.
But as I go past, I think I would do a couple of things because I can do this up to 3 times as I walk past, since I am moving very slowly. So first, right underneath them, I'm going to use thaumaturgy to create little tiny tremors. There's also going to be like a really irritating sound around them that's like sort of like the screeching of metal, and also like the screeching of metal, and then also like just whispers that are not really, that are just ominous sounding. All sort of around those terrible people as sort of like disruptions.
Yeah,
making
like
them look
the way that people use high-pitched tones to make sure there's no teenagers hanging around.
Yeah, exactly.
You can pick either performance or sleight of hand to see if people notice you casting shit while you're also wearing a ring to keep a cake afloat.
Performance or which? Or sleight of hand?
Yeah.
I'll use a performance check for this.
I figured, but you're a bard, so.
Yeah. Okay, that's much better, finally. That's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Okay, so nobody notices. Notices? Wow. Nobody notices that you're involved in this. But it becomes a very unpleasant place to be. And you do notice people are starting to wander off from these gentlemen in purple smokes.
Perfect. Wonderful. And I will try and remember the name of what this place that they were talking about so I can offer a bit of the advice.
Stove Outfitters.
The Purple Stove Outfitters?
Yes.
Okie dokie. Wonderful.
Wonderful. Other than this, it's really just delivery that this takes really long. Especially if you're moving at quarter speed.
If I would probably be moving at quarter speed through the really busy sections and maybe go up to half speed if in like quieter sections. Like if we
Okay.
hit, yeah.
All right. I mean, it's still slow going.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually, you do in fact make it to Bartholomew's mansion.
We made it. Okay. Knock on the door.
The door opens. There is a man in a nice livery uniform who looks at you, pulls a horrified face, and goes, "Deliveries go around the back to the servants' entrance," and slams the door closed again.
Right. Of course they do. You know what? It's okay, Pris. Don't worry about it. You're a delivery person. This is only to be expected. I go around the back.
God.
Breathing gently. I still have the cake. Must be patient. Must be zen.
I am incredibly tempted to ask for a will save, but I promised this would be a nice adventure, so I'm not going to. You deliver the cake to the kitchen safely. Alas, this is not the type of place to tip.
They never do.
I mean, Sam got hit points, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The rich people don't. That's how they stay rich.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
All right. And just as you're stomping away from Bartholomew's mansion, muttering about how rich people never tip and just how rude they were, you receive a message from Sam. Something about pickpockets and baby mimics.
Well, I don't. Okay. Thank you, Sam. Make sure to tell the others I'm heading back myself.
I'll blow the other 2 spell slots and tell the others.
All right. I mean, we do have 20 minutes left. Who wants to do their delivery today?
I'll do
All
mine.
right. Let's talk toy furniture.
I'm so excited about this.
They're all perfectly harmless. I don't know why you're all making such a fuss.
No, well, now because it's Welby. So.
I mean, I'm still dying over. Okay, you spent an hour talking about who you were not splitting up in this town.
Mm-hmm.
It's everything I've ever dreamed of.
Yep.
Welby, you get a bundle of toy-sized furniture to deliver to one of the further eastern districts, far away from the waterfront. It is something you can quite easily carry on your own. Yeah. Do you take a map?
Awesome. Yeah. Welby doesn't want to anger the group right now. There's too many sad and mad people.
So, Anik, how did you lose a character? Well, there was some serious PvP. But in the end, they smothered him in his sleep. Anyway, you leave the Cat and Cake Bakery carrying this toy furniture. Could you roll me a d4, please?
D4.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go make chip. That's a 1.
A 1. Okay. You continue to walk through all of these lovely, lovely city streets. There is food everywhere. It's like at the level... it's not as good as when you were having... Okay, I actually forgot the town name because I'm so obsessed by Beatrice and your dragonborn friend who followed you from stall to stall trying to arrest you. There isn't as many stalls here. It's all much more like seated dining. There's a lot of, shockingly for a ocean town, seafood. If you're interested in that sort of thing. And ahead there is someone who did have a food cart, but it has been knocked over as he is being harassed by two mean-looking people. Let's just call them people. A wheel has broken off from the wagon, and all of his delicious wares are threatening to spill out into the ground.
Go over and try to help.
How do you try to help in this conflict?
I guess maybe by talking to the guy who's being hassled. Like, hi, is everything okay? Do you need any help with anything?
No, it's not okay. They threw around my cart. They're asking for money, and they're telling me they're going to break more if I don't pay them off.
Oh, that's bad. Is that illegal around here?
Of course it's illegal, but do you see any guards?
Oh.
They're probably chasing pickpockets.
Does one of them look like the leader of the group? Of the two?
I'm not sure two is a group. No, they're both equally shitty looking.
Oh, okay.
They look like they belong on a boat, but they're not. This doesn't smell very good.
Then I'll look at the one who seems the least aggressive of the two.
Fair.
And I'll be like, you should probably leave before the guards come by, and cast suggestion on them.
Okay. Do they get a wisdom saving throw?
Yes. 15.
Great. Let me just roll this plus 0. $16 on the die. Blame Mare, she got me these. There's this sort of mean laugh where he goes, guards. The guards are busy with God, children and beer.
Mm-hmm.
And he continues sort of like rooting through this turned over cart looking for valuables, chowing down on some of the food he's taken.
I'm like, hey, I said stop. Cast calm emotions. I can do multiple people, right?
You tell me, sure, your
Strong
ability.
emotions in a group of people. Sure, 2 people is a group.
The group is fine. Hey, maybe if you settle down the merchant, he'll stop crying, you know?
I think they have to do
Nice
a
little magical Xanax.
charisma save of 15.
Oh, great. So my charisma is as good as my wisdom.
Or they can choose to fail.
Oh, there's a 10. There's a 19. And a natural 20 for the merchant, who is still crying quite badly. But the gentleman you suggested earlier seems to lose a considerable amount of interest and just doesn't seem that upset anymore. He grabs one final bit of chicken satay and sits down on a curb and jumps down.
And what about the last one?
He rolled a natural 19.
Yeah, so is he still...
Well, he is turning his attention towards bullying the merchant and telling him where the money is. picked him up by the front of his collar, sort of shaking him, trying to see if he rattles.
Oh no. Shoot. What's the one I want to use? That's what it is. Then I'll go up to him as he's trying to pick up the guy, and then I'll push him, and he'll be like, I said go away. And, yes, I'll use my Fey Presence.
Creepy.
I'll use my Fey Presence.
Mm-hmm.
So he has to do a DC 15 Wisdom save. Or him and the merchant, I guess.
So that's an 8. Jesus fuck, another natural 20 for this freaking merchant. So the merchant remains upset, having rolled 2 natural 20s. But the aggressive bandit settles the fuck down.
And he becomes frightened.
Puts the merchant down and runs away, I assume. He moves away at full speed, right?
Yeah.
The merchant is not impressed by your Fey present, but is very grateful.
You should probably try and get this fixed. And
Can you
back.
help me get the wheel on? If you can help me get the wheel, I can just get going.
Does mending work?
I probably.
Oh,
We should,
yes.
can you help me pick it up first so we can at least put the wheel on it and then we can mend it?
Yeah, we'll try. I'll pick it up. I'll cast mending on the wheel.
He sort of hoists up this cart. Hang on. Please roll another 20.
Was it a 1?
He easily picks up this cart with one hand as I roll another 20 for this asshole.
Can we get him to come with us on our adventures?
I fucking know, right? Oh, this is... I don't know. He picks up this cart with one hand, mutters something about, screw this, I'm going back to being a cabbage merchant. It was much safer. Waits for you to mend this wheel and sort of slips a little money pouch into your hand as a thank you.
What? I don't need this. But...
Oh, it's nothing. Keep it. Picks up his cart and moves away. Still grumbling about how he should have stayed a cabbage merchant. I mean, he worked for his father and his father before him.
I'll just look at the pouch and shrug, put it in my pocket, and just keep going on my way.
All right, you keep going on your way with your
Tiny little furniture.
adorable. I was about to say it's so cute. You know how you have those little miniature kitchens? God, it's a good thing I don't have time or place for more crap. I love them. You continue on your way. It's, I mean, other than this poor. Wild? Are you behind the cat?
Yeah, I'm still here.
You managed to make it to this townhouse where you are let in by someone who appears to be a nanny. Like, she's dressed like staff and lets you into this little girl's playroom, which honestly is bigger than most of people's houses in a Fonland. And there's just this obnoxious shriek I won't do because people's ears might suffer as she spots you with her furniture and just goes, oh, yes, everything I need to finish my project. She takes all the stuff out of your hands, unwraps it in this whirlwind of children's activity that somehow they manage to move faster than they should be able to, and starts putting everything in her dollhouse and goes, no, wait, runs to a little silver box, grabs a handful of little white cubes, hands them to you. My fairy friends gave these to me, and you're helping me finish their house, so now I am giving them to you. Off you go.
Yay.
You get a handful of sugar cubes that seem to sparkle suspiciously. And as you turn around to leave, out of the corner of your eyes, you notice a flutter of movement as a small group of sprites poke their heads out and start testing out this comfortable new furniture. And that's where we'll end tonight's game. Look, no misery.
Weird.
Well done, everyone.
I'm poor again.
Sweet. And Welby
true.
has more magical food to eat.
And you have more
don't
magical
trust
food
it.
to eat. We're basically back at session 1.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh yeah.
So we have hope again. Some of it.
Some
Yep.
of us.
We have a baby mimic, and that's what matters.
It
As a
is.
storyteller, I know what
Yeah.
hope means.
Yeah. I wonder.
I
how
don't
much
trust
sell
it.
this mimic for on the open market.
Oh my god, no, don't sell the mimic.
Don't sell the baby.
So we're gonna rob that noble who didn't tip, right?
Well, we have a mimic.
I mean, foolproof
So-
plan.
So the mimic's gonna grow up. We're gonna deliver it to the noble. The noble's gonna get eaten, and we rob his house and leave.
Yeah, that is the long-term goal here. Yep, absolutely.
That would be
well-
a surprisingly competent plan for this group.
I mean, it's
We
the
don't
part where
plan.
everything is fine until you actually start putting it into action, and then suddenly you split up. Chris is reading Smud. Welby's robbing the kitchen instead of the actual valuables. I can't wait for this fuck up. We'll see it in season 4.
What?
How about we go around and do sign-offs, and then after sign-offs, I will shout out the warm fuzzies, and then some of us will call it a night. Roughly the same order as the first time. So, Graham.
Hello, everyone. My name is Graham, or Graham Crackers with a Z. You can find me on Twitter at GrahamCrackers1. You can find me on my own Twitch channel every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, playing Harrison Nervos, a Tiefling Paladin Oath of Conquest, in the Goldshine Investigations, where we investigate people receiving random supernatural abilities that, break the way magic works. You can find me every Wednesday here. And you can find me every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard on Polished Cryptid, where I play Mavren, who is a tiefling pirate who may have made a deal with an aboleth at level 3. But we'll see.
Get on Welby's level.
Yeah. In the next few weeks, I will be announcing the cast and the new characters with art for 2 new campaigns starting on my channel on Tuesdays, which will be fantastic. A lot of good faces there, and I'm really excited for it. But I believe that's it for me. Do I say my favorite moment? Is that my favorite? Is that the thing I do?
I really would prefer it if you'd say your favorite moment. Bit of
Gosh,
positivity.
my favorite moment was the black cat sauntering all up with the notice board quest.
Nice.
That was my favorite moment.
Swapper.
Hello, I'm Swapper. I can be found on through Twitter under @GreatSimplicity, as well as here every Wednesday, as you should probably know by now. In addition to that, I can be found every second and fourth Saturday on Eva Said's channel, GMing a D&D 5e urban campaign called City of Shadows. Apart from that, I have nothing new to announce yet, and my favourite moment of the session, I think, was the entire clusterfuck that was the tavern conversation with that poor person who lost about a year's worth of memories due to taverns.
It was probably fun, or they wouldn't have done it twice. Wild.
That's what they all say.
Yes, hello, I'm Wild, at Wild Engineer on Twitch and Twitter. You can find me here on Wednesdays, and also on Powered by the Players. They just released a new podcast, where our session 0 of Crossroads Carnival, which is a fun, slightly horror-based Depression-era, old-timey carnival kind of Powered by the Apocalypse game. It's super creepy, super fun. And on the 20th, you can catch me on Weave the Tale for Start of Fate of Cthulhu. On my favorite part was learning about all the awesome guilds here that we will definitely have to visit and take up all the time. So yeah, so much.
Shit. Well, let me write all 20 of them. I did it to myself. Lady Dame. You're muted. I mean, we love you, but you're still muted.
I know. Okay. Hi, I'm Lady Dame. I play Pris here on Wednesdays. You can find me pretty much everywhere on the internet at the Lady Dame. I am here, like I said, I'm here on Wednesdays. I am also in a podcast called Of Black Glass. It's a Powered by the Apocalypse actual play podcast that comes out every other, Sunday, so midnight Sunday, and we have 3 episodes out currently. It's pretty good. You can also find me back here on this channel this Friday at 6:30 Central in the final installation of the Oops All Sorcerers saga. This one is the Orchard Peril, and we have an extra special twist for this one. It's going to be a good time. I'll be joined by a really fabulous cast, and it's going to be pretty great. I have a whole bunch. I also stream on my own Twitch channel every weekend, basically from Saturday through Tuesday. Saturdays, of course, are the infamous Smutty Saturdays, wherein I am joined by guests and we read terrible, horrible, no good, very bad smut. Although sometimes it's good smut. Most of the time it's terrible. This week I'm joined by another person on this channel, Ren, and one of my usual guests, Kayla. It'll be a good time. I also read stories. I'm in the middle of reading Emma by Jane Austen. And then I play video games on Tuesdays. This month, because it's February and it's the month of love, I'm playing visual novels. I just finished playing I Love You, Colonel Sanders last night. It was a trip. So stay tuned for what other cursed games I have on my docket. It's gonna be a good time. My favorite part of the session was the baby mimic. 100% love that kind of nonsense. Here for it. Very excited about what other kind of nonsense we can get up to. Anyway,
there's options. There might even be something specifically for Pris around if you look hard enough.
A smut author.
No.
Well, no, but it can help her get books. So, maybe have a look around. My name is Anik. You can find me on Twitter at Anikster. I don't have a Twitch channel because I don't do technology and it scares me and I don't want to run my own streams. So I just put my faces on other people's channels. So I'm here every Wednesday with these misfits who I dearly love as they drive me to destruction. Other than that, I currently don't have any online campaigns, but I'm doing a whole bunch of one-shots. I am on Marefeather's channel on March 7th with a Ryutama game, where we'll be playing something called Mr. Madrigal's Magical Machines, which is as campy and ridiculous as it sounds. I don't think we've announced the other game yet, so I'll just shush about that one. And then my face is going to be on Eva Sarage's channel, where I am playing in a mothership game as my favorite android, the Collective.
I am in that.
With Lady Dame, who is not at all creepy, as some of my fellow players accused me of being last session. I refuse to accept that. I'm also guesting on Smutty Saturday at 5 a.m. my time, which is technically Smutty Sunday. And Wild will be there as well. I don't know why they didn't mention this, but sure, we'll be there. I think everything else doesn't have an actual freaking date yet because planning is the big bad of everything. But I'll also be putting my face all over Graham's channel, although I don't have actual dates or players for that yet. But we're doing Indie Month, where we're just playing a fuck ton of games that aren't D&D, because, you know, those exist and I love them. And there's much of them. I think that covers it. I should pin dates for a lot of these things. I need to get my calendar in line, it seems. That's fine. My favorite part. We're staying together. We shouldn't split up. Maybe we should go 2 by 2. No, we are not splitting up. Let's each take one. Every time. It was absolutely my favorite. My absolute favorite. The first person who suggested it, and then the rest going, yeah, that makes perfect sense. We'll cover more ground. Beautiful. Nothing could possibly go wrong. I'm so excited. We'll be here next week, where I'm sure we'll continue nothing but happiness and joy in this incredibly peaceful, not at all weird or suspicious city, where everybody is getting what they want so far. Don't forget to be good to each other, love each other. I'm going to shout out the Warm Fuzzies, since we're talking about good people.
Speaking of good people,
they make it possible for us to do these shenanigans every week, including giving my players PTSD. I'm sure that's somehow their fault.
You enabled this.
Yeah, you did this to them.
Yeah.
Right, let's just go nice and alphabetical, and we'll start with Bill Chavez.
Bill Chavez!
the OG over eBay.
Christina.
Deborah.
An absolutely sportive person in many ways. L Street Gaming. Someone who's like their Discord picture somehow disturbs me. Rico. And of course, Strix. Last but certainly not least, Strix. That was already it for this week. I'm going to close 21 tabs, and we'll see you all here next week. Goodbye, everybody. Be good to each other. Stay healthy. Wash your hands. Wear a mask.